Okay, this is video number 2 on the intro to factoring. We started with greatest common factoring, and now we're going to do factor by grouping. So this is one strategy to learn to use while factor by grouping. I'm going to teach you another one tomorrow. So the first thing I want you to write down is we usually factor by grouping when we have a polynomial that has more than 3 terms. We already know what to do with 3 terms. So if we ended up with so 3 terms would be a trinomial. Why is this not working? Okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so a trinomial would be like 2x squared plus 5x plus 3, something like that. And we would do box and diamond. So this is a strategy to use that is not that doesn't have 3 terms. So what we're going to do is make sure you write that down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box just like I have been with every other problem. Okay, so I'm going to draw a box. And then I'm going to, I always start with my first term right here, the term that's right next to it right here, so 6q, the term next, and then the very next term I just go up, so rp, and then negative rq. I usually put that there. And then what I'm going to do is just like what I would do with the box and diamond, but without the diamond, right? Now I just have the box. So if I have the box, I say that 6 is the greatest common factor there. And if I go this way, p is the greatest common factor there. And if I go this way, I've got a negative q is the greatest common factor there. And then the greatest common factor here is going to be a positive r. Then I'm going to just quickly make sure it works. 6 times p equals 6p. 6 times negative q equals negative 6q. P times r is rp. And r times negative q is negative rq. Yes, and then just like with box and diamond, I'm going to write my factors r plus 6 because those are positive. And that side gets put in one set of parentheses. And then my second answer is p minus q. Boom, I'm done. That is my final answer. I have factored by grouping. So we're going to do this again. So I'm going to again create a box. And I'm going to put x, y right here, then negative 2y, then right here, negative 4x, and then my constant is going to go diagonal from whatever my first term was. So, or my greatest. So I have it, let's see, these both have a y. And then I would need an x here, and then the greatest common factor between these two would be negative 2, and the greatest common factor here would be a negative 4, and so y times x is xy, y times negative 2 is negative 2y, x times negative 4 is negative 4x, negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Good, I did it right. So I get y minus 4 times x minus 2. And those are my factors. I can't factor any further, and I'm done. Okay, so then the last thing I want you to do is I would like you all to write this table down in your notes. So you're going to, oops, sorry, I'm a little far. I would like you to put this in your notes. We are going to be using this. So notice that this flowchart says that if possible, take out the GCF. Always look for the greatest common factor first. That's your number 1. Then you check to see I've got 2 terms. Then I have 2 different ways of factoring. Could be a sum and could be a difference of squares or a sum and difference of cubes. That's something new that we're going to be learning. We haven't learned it yet. If I have 3 terms, I'm going to factor it this way. I'm going to use box and diamond. If I have 4 terms, I'm going to factor by grouping. I just taught you one strategy. I'm going to teach you a new strategy tomorrow. Then when we're done factoring, when we do either any of these, we're going to check to see if we can factor any further. That is something new this year. If it doesn't factor any further, which the ones that we just did don't, we are done. So make sure that is something that you all can do, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hit pause and get this in your notes.